It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Join us all winter long as we feature live San Juan and Monticello basketball. Now, without further delay, we send you courtside for tonight's action. Welcome to High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford welcoming you live to North Sevier High School. Our first live broadcast, well, I guess our second live broadcast of the 2024 portion of this season. And we do welcome you in. We're glad you've joined us. And it is Rhett Sifford welcoming you live tonight. So glad you've joined us in here at North Sevier High School. It's a two-day trip for the San Juan Broncos. They're going to be taking on North Sevier tonight and Gunnison Valley tomorrow as we start to get into region play. And tonight should be some fun. It's a team in North Sevier that is kind of still battling to find their identity, if you will. They come into this game with a 3-6 record, and the first region game of the season for this team tonight. So they're looking to get a win, a little bit of an upset win over the San Juan Broncos. The Broncos losing to Emory in their first game of the 2024 portion of the season. And that happened on Tuesday, and we'll talk in a little bit more detail about that as we get further into the pregame show. But we do welcome you in. We're glad you've joined us. We're going to talk about North Sevier as we started off tonight. And again, the 3-6 records, the wins coming over Wayne in the first game of the year back on November 29th, and then Milford and Bryce Valley, the other two victories for this Wolf team. And a big stretch coming up. Obviously, all the teams going to go into a very busy stretch in the last portion of the year. You get that Christmas break, and that kind of obviously breaks things up. And for some teams, it bodes better than others. Some teams, it gets them off their rhythm. And so then you really hit it pretty heavy and hard all the way for the rest of the season as it comes pretty quick. Games will be happening at least 2 and 3 a week. So obviously the season will only go through the start of February. So it's all going to happen in very quick order over the course of the next month. And we talked with head coach Dakota Shepard, the 3-year head coach now of this North Sevier team, just a few minutes ago. Here's what he has to say as we get set to go here tonight, his team getting set to take on the San Juan Broncos. Coach, thanks for chatting with us before this game here tonight. So preseason, if you will, is in the books, and you guys are getting set now to head into region play. So what can you tell me about this team so far this year?
Well, we're looking forward to turning the page. Didn't have the preseason we wanted, but we have a team. I feel like if we need to mesh a little bit better, but I think if we do that, we have skilled individuals who can make plays, and I think we have a good future ahead.
Just speaking about the squad, what are your strengths? What were your strengths so far the early part of the year?
You know, the times we've seen success, it started on defense, and I think we got away from that there towards the end of the year. So I think if we can get back to just playing defense like we know how, I think that's going to take care of the struggles we've had on the offensive end.
Still trying to maybe find your identity a little bit here?
Yeah, I think so. Still trying to find a couple kids to get consistent for us. It seems like every night we have a different person that steps up, which is a good thing, but consistency is nice as well, so yeah.
Well, tell me what you're wanting from your boys tonight against the San Juan team.
We're going to have to work hard. San Juan's built on playing aggressive, and they know how to win, so we got to match the energy, we got to match the intensity, and then starts defensively. If we can get stops, I think the offense will take care of itself tonight.
You get a feeling of excitement from your boys in the locker room?
I do, yeah. I think they love basketball. I think they're excited to turn the page and get a new, fresh start, I think. So, yeah, there's excitement. Basketball's a long year, and we got to just remind them that there's ups and downs, and we just got to stick with the flow. So,
all right, well, it should be fun out there tonight. It could be a battle. We appreciate you chatting with us tonight. Have a good game.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And a big thanks to Coach Shepard for chatting with us again in his third year at the helm of this North Sevier team. And just taking a look at some of his players and the scoring leaders, points per game in the 9 games. It's Grayson Bennett, the senior, leading the way with an 8.3-point average. And then Brody Bullock, the sophomore, is right behind him with exactly 8 points per game, and he's only played in 8 games. So he is actually, let's see, Bullock is actually fourth in actual scoring with 64 points. Grayson Bennett has 75 on the year. And then it is Efrain Bernardino, a junior, just under 8 points per game, I should say. And he's got 71 points in the first 9 games. Cade Johnson is a sophomore, and he's averaging just over 7.5 per game with 68 in 9 games. And Trevor Mangum brings up the top 5 or closes out the top 5, and he's averaging 6.6 points per game. And he's got 59 points all total so far through the first 9 games. Taking a look at the long-range shooters, Efrain Bernardino leading the way with 11 threes, but you've got 3 players who have hit 10 apiece. Grayson Bennett, Trevor Mangum, and Brody Bullock all have 10 3-point baskets in the first 9 games of the year. Then Cade Johnson has 8. Rebounding, it's Grayson Bennett leading in that department with 51. Cade Johnson has 39. Jacob Johnson has, 33. Efrain Bernardino, 31. And Trevor Mangum has 22 boards on the season. So that's just a real quick look at the North Sevier Wolves as we get set to go tonight. Again, 3-6 on the season, looking for a big upset win against San Juan here in the first region game of the season for them. Region 15 play begins tonight for North Sevier. San Juan already with 1 game in the books. Emory not in the region anymore, so not a region game. It is the first region game for San Juan as well. So these teams get it started tonight in Region 15. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue the High School Hoops pregame show around the corner as we'll switch gears and talk about the San Juan Broncos, who are here in town for a 2-day trip. We're glad you've joined us live from North Sevier High School in Salina. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In 1957, Lyle and Clea Johnson founded Lyle Northern Electric. What began as a small business in their family home has grown into the prominent local company it is today, a third-generation owned and operated company. Lyle Northern Electric is honored to have served the people of San Juan County for the past 65 years and is a proud supporter of high school sports.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
Blue Mountain Hospital is offering in-hospital and at-home dialysis, advanced sleep study clinics, pain management, hip and joint replacements, and cutting-edge radiology, including 3D mammograms. We're thrilled to welcome Cade Lyman, Dane Lyman, and Brian Kirk, joining our unparalleled team of healthcare professionals. Blue Mountain Hospital has been setting the standard for rural hospitals since 2009.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Back live to North Sevier High School. It's Rhett Sifford welcoming you back in. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as the San Juan Broncos get set to take on the North Sevier Wolves tonight in a Region 15 matchup. The first for both of these teams this season, and of course getting 2024 started, and not the right way for the San Juan Broncos. They suffered a 69-50 loss against Emory this past Tuesday in Castledale, and it was a game that Coach Easton Nielsen described to me as just very flat. They were unable to run the floor. They were unable to get up to pace where they had been prior to the Christmas break, so it wasn't a game that Coach Nielsen was super excited about. So we did get a chance to talk with him just a few minutes ago, and we can hear the full conversation right here as he chats with us before we get set for this region contest tonight. Here's what he has to say.
Well, Coach, you guys have already started the year and against Emory the other night. Can you just tell me a little bit about that game? I know it didn't go exactly how you wanted in the end, but tell me about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth beating around the bush. We just we definitely looked like we hadn't come off break totally yet as far as being able to run the floor and being a little out of shape, being a little bit uncomfortable with the pace, which is not usually something that bothers us. But that was the biggest issue in that game, was just not running the floor, not getting back on defense. So, yeah, I mean, I had higher hopes for what we had there. Emory's obviously a really good basketball team. They've won a lot of games, and they're going to continue to win a lot of games. But I was hoping for a little better effort to open the second half.
Well, you got region season going on now and a 2-night trip this time, obviously. And so starting it off here tonight against North Sevier, what do you expect from them? What are you guys going to need to do? This is a tough place to play. It really is. We're not coming in expecting to get our way with everything tonight. We know that it can be a battle, but we really expect if we can just lock down and play good defense and we can correct some of the mistakes against Emory as far as running the floor and transition and things, we're going to be all right. I think we're coming in with a lot of confidence. We feel good about a lot of things that we've got going right now, and we feel ready to go for this weekend. You guys are obviously in good form before the Christmas break, and I guess in my opinion, early season slow start, second half slow start really is not anything to worry about, I wouldn't say. No, I mean, obviously you want to avoid those things as much as possible, especially with the second slow start. I did not want to start slow with Emory, but we did, and we can't go back and change that. And so our perspective the last couple days has been, well, let's make sure it doesn't happen again tonight. And, our boys are feeling good. They felt good coming up on the bus today. We've had some good practices where I've been very pleased with the effort and the focus level they brought. I have high hopes and high expectations for the way we'll play tonight. All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck out there tonight. Have fun. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I want to say thanks to Coach Nielsen for visiting with us here before this game as we get set to go against North Sevier tonight, and just taking a look at his San Juan squad, and obviously ended the 2023 portion of the season with a 5-6 record, just one game under 500. And this weekend they'll be looking to get back to 500 as they drop to 5-7 with the loss to Emory on Tuesday. And just taking a look stat-wise at the leaders for this team, points per game, they've got 2 in double-digit average now. Anthony Doan averaging almost 11.5 a game. Jake Ivins just over 10. R.J. Daly just over 8.5. Jagger Neves over 6.5. And Tripp Palmer is averaging almost 6 points per game. Doan has 137 on the season. That's with the 12 games at this point, so it is current stats we're looking at. Jake Ivins, 121 total points. R.J. Daly, 103. Jagger Neves, 80. And Tripp Palmer has 69. Long-range shooting for the Broncos so far. R.J. Daly having a great start to the season. He's up to 20 trays. Jayton Knight has 8. Anthony Doan with 6. Jagger Neves, 5. And rebounding, all total, Doan is leading the way with 74. That's over 6 a game. R.J. Daly has 60. Tripp Palmer, 57 boards. Jagger Neves has 54. And Jake Ivins with 37. And then we can take a look further down the line at steals. Anthony Doan leading in that department with 39. Jagger Neves and Brigham Nielsen have 18 apiece. And that's just a look at the San Juan Broncos as we get set to go. Again, 5-7 on the year. Kind of a long road trip for them. I think they missed the snow, though. I was starting to get into some of it as I was almost here to Salina. And so, thankfully, we don't have to come home tonight. We could spend the night over here. And I don't know, we may actually see more snow on the way back home tomorrow. So, hopefully that won't pose a problem. But the Broncos getting set to go in a couple of key region matchups tonight and tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be North Sevier tonight, just about to get underway, and then Gunnison Valley tomorrow in Gunnison starting at 2, and we'll be on the air for that one starting at 1:30. So for us, it's a nice weekend of high school hoops here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. I think that's going to do it for us on the pregame show. They should be set to call the starters here in a few minutes when we return, and so we will return in just a few minutes. We'll take a break, and we will come back for the call of the starters and the opening tip tonight. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Hi everyone, I'm Lieutenant John Young with the San Juan County Sheriff's Office. Our job is to protect and serve those who live in this great county we call home. Youth are a very important part of our communities. It is normal for children to become more independent and mature as they get older, but parental involvement drops by half between the 6th and 12th grade when our kids need us the most. To help stay involved and connected with your children, just ask the 5 W's. Where are you going? What are you doing? Who will you be with? When will you be home? And will there be drugs or alcohol? It's not being nosy, it's being a good parent. So come on, San Juan County, let's do this.
Life is a series of cherished moments, filled with milestones that define our journey. Moments of love, joy, and shared experiences. Each moment contributes to our story. As each chapter unfolds, our experiences shape us, defining who we are. When it's time to celebrate a life, ensure your loved ones are remembered with the grace, dignity, and individuality they deserve. San Juan Mortuary, celebrating life, honoring memories, transcending tradition.
Way tonight, and getting the region portion of the season started. Again, it's going to be hot and heavy for the remainder of the year, and we've got lots of stuff going on this weekend, specifically in the way of wrestling. We'll get to that in a minute. Just want to keep it on the hardwood for a minute. We did have a matchup between local teams last night as Green River sauntered into Monticello and beat the Buckaroos 55-52. But on the hardwood tonight, Grand County is actually over here with us here in Sevier and San Pete counties, as we're going to go back and forth between these two counties this weekend. And Grand County is playing in Gunnison tonight, taking on the Bulldogs at Gunnison Valley, and then these two teams will switch places. Grand will come down here and take on North Sevier tomorrow afternoon, while the San Juan Broncos head up to Gunnison to take on the Bulldogs. Over in the 1A, it is the White Horse boys at Pinnacle tonight, and then a matchup between local teams tomorrow when they head to Green River to take on the Pirates. And let's see, that so far, other than Nucla is the only Colorado boys team that's getting back underway this weekend. Everybody else isn't going to start until next week, coming off their Christmas break. So Nucla taking on Uray tomorrow on the road. And that's it for boys basketball, believe it or not. So it's not a huge weekend, but on the girls' side, the Grand and San Juan girls are doing the same thing that the boys are, but they are at home in southeastern Utah. So Grand is hosting Gunnison Valley tonight while San Juan hosts North Sevier. Tomorrow they'll switch and do the opposite. And then a big matchup tonight for Monument Valley in the 1A. The girls taking on Windover. That's a battle between the number 1 and 2 teams in 1A girls basketball in the state of Utah. So that should be a fun matchup tonight. And, of course, that one getting underway as ours is. And then the Monument Valley girls will be at St. Joseph tomorrow night. Looks like we're getting set for the national anthem, so we'll take one quick break and we'll come back for the call of the starters in just a minute. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops live from North Sevier High School on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In the scope of a lifetime, 10 minutes may seem like no time at all. But when it comes to suicide, 10 minutes is often long enough to reconsider the decision to end one's own life. If you have a friend or family member who is struggling with suicide or depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their firearms away from their home, because even a 10-minute delay can make a lifetime of difference. Let's help end tragic firearm deaths in Utah.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
All right, back live to North Sevier High School as we get set to go tonight. North Sevier hosting the San Juan Broncos. And we are glad you've joined us as we're getting set now for the call of the starters here tonight. And so they're going to start with the visiting San Juan Broncos, of course. Let's see, we've got to get this thing ready to go here. Whoop, I think I hit the wrong button there. So we'll have to get to the starters here in just a moment, folks, as, oh, that's hilarious. All right, so this is just going to take a moment, folks. I've got to recreate this game. And so bear with me. We're going to be starting at 7 p.m. We can edit this in a minute. They're going to cut the lights on us and call the starters in dramatic fashion for North Sevier. With the laser show going on here. Always fun at these gyms when they do this. And so the Broncos huddling at midcourt while this is happening. We'll get a chance to do the North Sevier starters first, it looks like. And it's going to be number 4, Parker Jensen, a 5'10" sophomore guard. Number 25, 6-foot sophomore guard, Cade Johnson. Number 23, 5'10" junior guard, Ephraim Bernardino. Number 24, 5'11" senior forward, Warner Roberts. And finally tonight for North Sevier, it's going to be number 5, the leading scorer, 6-foot senior guard, Grayson Bennett. And they get set at midcourt. Let me try to get the San Juan starters in my book here. Again, just suffering from a little bit of technical difficulties here. I've had a switch over of a phone here to start the new year, and it's given me a little trouble, so bear with me. This broadcast tonight, we'll try to iron things out before we get ready to go tomorrow, but kind of juggling things here tonight. And so let's just get all these starters in, and we'll get underway stats-wise on this game, and I'll obviously be calling their names as we go, so you'll know who started for San Juan, and it's the usual suspects. As we are underway, North Sevier winning the opening tip, so they will possess to get us underway, wearing home white tonight. San Juan wearing the road blue, and North Sevier in the offensive end with it to start off. Grayson Bennett with a drive through traffic. He's knocked down as he goes up, and that's going to be our first foul of the evening, and he will go to the line. It'll be on number 3, Jake Ivins. So for San Juan, it's Brigham Nielsen, Jake Ivins, Keaton Ivins, R.J. Daly, and Anthony Doan. And at the line, Grayson Bennett, and makes the first of the 2. So North Sevier draws first blood. They're on the board with a 1-0 lead, and Bennett's going to try to add to that right here. He does not get the roll, and it's rebounded by R.J. Daly. So he missed the second free throw, and now here's San Juan with their first possession in the offensive end. Jake Ivins through traffic, goes left side to Anthony Doan. He spins away from the D on the baseline, bounce it under the basket. Brigham Nielsen is too far under, but a reverse layup try is no good. Rebounded by Anthony Doan, however, and it looks like he draws the first North Sevier foul of the night. And that'll be on Parker Jensen. So San Juan will reset from the offensive baseline. They get it into Keaton Ivins. He's guarded underneath and had the shot blocked. It's going to be a jump ball, actually. A block for Warner Roberts there. And the jump ball actually goes to San Juan. So Doan inbounds and gets a pass right back on the return from Keaton Ivins. Doan unable to make the shot, and it's rebounded by North Sevier. They run it up. And a shot on the way is good for 3 for Grayson Bennett. Make it 4-0, as Bennett has all 4 of the points so far tonight. San Juan with it back in the offensive end. Anthony Doan just inside the free throw line. We'll send it back out to Jake, and now on to Keaton. Up top to Doan. He'll fake the shot, thought about the 3. Sends it into the right corner to Jake, and now back into the middle for Doan. Far side, driving in and trying to pass that under the basket is Nielsen. And it looks like a foul on North Sevier results under the basket. And I think they signaled that's a second for Parker Jensen. So San Juan resets, nearly lose it over here on the near side, but Keaton Ivins tracks it down. Now it's R.J. Daly. Bounce it to the left side for Jake Ivins. On to Brigham Nielsen, left wing. He sends it up top for Daly. I think they wanted him to take a look at 3. He has to drive in and instead misses, and it's rebounded by North Sevier. Back up they come. Off on the shot. The first shot, no good from Cade Johnson, and on the rebound, a San Juan foul. So they got their own rebound. And the foul's on Keaton Ivins, his first. And the first shot is up and good for Warner Roberts. So it was during the shot after the offensive board. And so San Juan, a slow start tonight as Roberts makes the first, misses the second. San Juan gets the rebound. And the Broncos work it back in. Here's Jake Ivins straight away. Nice pass underneath, and Anthony Doan lays it up and in, finishing from the right side for San Juan's first points. And they pull back to within 3. That gets them on the board. It's 5-2 now with 5:52 left in the first quarter. We got a timeout on the floor. And we'll take a real quick break ourselves and come back here to North Sevier High School. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple of friends of mine stopped by the house and said they were worried about me. Said they'd feel a lot better if they could hold on to my firearms until things turned around. I think they saved my life.
If your loved ones are struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, because things do get better.
Back live to North Sevier High School as it's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And North Sevier inbounds the basketball. San Juan knocks it away out of bounds. It looks like it's actually going to be a foul on Brigham Nielsen. Or sorry, not Brigham Nielsen, but let's see. It'll be North Sevier to walk it up. Second foul on Jake Ivins, pardon me. And now North Sevier has the ball knocked away, this time by Brigham Nielsen, and it goes out of bounds. And so, North Sevier with it in the offensive end. Over on the right side, it's Warner Roberts as they're looking for an opportunity at the basket here. Right wing, Grayson Bennett now goes through traffic, lobbed it up. It goes out of bounds on the baseline off San Juan apparently, so that was a deflected shot from Bennett. San Juan, actually it will be San Juan basketball, so pardon me, it is off Grayson Bennett out of bounds. San Juan basketball, and North Sevier continuing to lead as they have from the start, 5-2 now. And here's Brigham Nielsen with it for San Juan, handing off to Anthony Doan. Tried to drive through the free throw line, but he had it knocked away, but somehow San Juan gets it back. So back-to-back steals there. Actually turnovers, I would say, to San Juan and then North Sevier. San Juan gets it in the offensive end, and they're going to draw a North Sevier foul. So this will be the third for both teams now, and that one's the first on Bernardino. So San Juan inbounds in the offensive end, and scoring off the bench here is Jagger Neves as he has come in. And that gives San Juan, or pulls San Juan back to within 1 point. North Sevier with a nice transition, unable to score from underneath the basket is Braun Butler, but I think he was fouled on the rebound. And he'll go to the line. No, it was somebody else. Yeah, no, it is Butler who's going to the line. And so Butler got the offensive rebound, drew the foul. And now he's at the line shooting 2. And he makes the first. The foul, by the way, was the second on Keaton Ivins. So the two Ivins boys with 2 fouls apiece now for San Juan. And the Broncos don't want to get those guys in foul trouble here early on. Meanwhile, Braun Butler scores both from the foul line. And that gives North Sevier a 3-point lead, 7-4. San Juan will have a free pass coming up with 4:40 left in the opening quarter. And here is Neves handing off, and now it goes to R.J. Daly. He's straight away, but hemmed in, and now he throws a pass that's intercepted. And running the floor, drawing a foul, is Cade Johnson. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Out ahead of Anthony Doan, and Doan fouled him from behind. And so that will be Doan's first of the night. North Sevier a chance to add to this lead. The Broncos have pulled back to within 1, but North Sevier has regained the lead and is starting to stretch it just a little bit. First shot on the way is no good, however, from Cade Johnson. So that's a break for the Broncos, and it remains 7-4. Second shot on the way, this time is good from Johnson. So North Sevier doubling up San Juan 8-4 as we're halfway through the opening quarter almost. Jagger Neves bouncing toward the basket, but they're going to call him for the charge on this drive, and that'll send it back North Sevier's direction. And North Sevier breaking the San Juan press. The Broncos trying it out, and it will result in a turnover, however, as unable to handle a pass in the corner. That time was Braun Butler, and so San Juan does get the basketball back, and they can come the other way. Across the line comes Doan. He'll hand off to Jagger Neves on a reverse. Now he reverses in turn. Boy, that was a lot of contact across the free throw, or the top of the key there. Nothing called, and now San Juan is able to save it from going out of bounds, but now they will turn it over. And North Sevier coming the other way. In quick transition. Now they'll send it around. Here's a wide open 3 from the right side off from Braun Butler. Rebounded by the big man for San Juan. Number 24, or sorry, yeah, it's so hard on the road jersey. He wears 24 where he's normally 34. So Justice Black with the rebound there, and he did draw a foul. And that is the first on Cade Johnson. North Sevier now has 4. San Juan has 5. Although I have him for 6. There's a 3 on the way, no good for Jagger Neves. Rebounded by North Sevier, and they run it up. Now they lose it out of bounds on the near side, as mishandling that time was Jacob Johnson. So San Juan will come the other way, and another turnover to North Sevier. They've turned it over 3 times now unofficially here in this first quarter. Both teams actually with 3 turnovers. And again, all these stats unofficial here on the fly from me. And now San Juan will turn it over, as coming down through traffic that time was Weston Jones. Tried to dump it under the basket, but nobody home for San Juan. North Sevier coming out the other direction. And the Broncos with the half-court press here. Some nice passing from North Sevier, and now they'll kick it back, and a 3 no good for Bennett. They get their own rebound, though, but it's knocked away by Anthony Doan on the second attempt. San Juan running it up. Doan, I think, had a shot blocked, and it bounced to Jagger Neves. He drains the 3. And now San Juan pressing as they pulled back to within 1 again. It's 8-7. Here's a nice drive up the middle. They found a man wide open. Unable to make the shot is Jacob Johnson. And then it looks like on the rebound, was that a foul to San Juan or just went out of bounds apparently off the Broncos? So it's a rebound for North Sevier. And the Wolves will inbound in the offensive end if they can get it in time. The Broncos with some good D, and now they'll intercept the pass. And running up is Jagger Neves. He's run into by Grayson Bennett, and that'll be a foul on Bennett. So Jagger Neves, a good job to carry the ball in that time. Took a shot from the shoulder of Bennett. Wow, they gave him continuation there, as I guess he was about to make an attempt to shoot. So Neves will actually make a trip to the line here. And so Neves unsuccessful on the first try. It remains 8-7, and now the Broncos could tie it up here if Neves is able to hit from the line. And this time he does rim it in, so the sophomore has 6 points of San Juan's 8, and we're all tied with 2:26 to go in the first quarter, 8 all, as North Sevier inbounds in the defensive end. And they will walk it up, or they actually won't walk it up. Now over on the right side, losing the basketball, and San Juan brings it down court. Jagger Neves to the hole, and he's unable to score. No foul, and they will say it goes out off of San Juan. So Jagger Neves, a hard drive to the bucket as North Sevier did get back to defend that a little bit in time. They allowed a lot of contact under the bucket there, and North Sevier ends up getting the basketball as a consequence. And now Jagger Neves steps in to try to knock that ball away from Grayson Bennett, and that will be a foul on Neves. And these two players starting to develop a little rivalry with each other, it would appear. And, of course, both teams in the bonus here for the last 2 minutes now of the opening quarter. That's the second foul on Jagger Neves. And I have San Juan with 7, but they have 6 showing on the scoreboard. So I'll find out who I gave an extra foul at some point, and we can fix that. Meanwhile, Bennett drains the first of the 2 foul shots, so North Sevier regains their lead, and San Juan has never led in this game at this point. So there is Grayson Bennett hitting both foul shots, and it's a 2-point lead again for the Wolves, 10-8. San Juan brings it back up. Anthony Doan drives in, kicks back, and now it's on the far side. Throwing it into the middle is Jayton Knight, and it's going to be a jump ball. It was nearly stolen, but Justice Black did a great job to get in there and battle for that, but it will end up being a turnover on San Juan. So they're 5th of this first quarter, and that's not going to breed success. The Broncos pressing at midcourt, but North Sevier breaks it pretty easily. Now they've got numbers down low, but unable to get a look. San Juan did a good job getting back defensively that time. And right now, North Sevier just working it around the perimeter. They have a man wide open on the right side, but it's going to be Bennett who just drives through, now kicks. It bounces off somebody out of bounds. It looks like it'll be North Sevier's number 32, Bron Butler. So that will be a turnover coming back to San Juan. With 1:23 left here in the first quarter. And a 10-8 lead for North Sevier. The Wolves have led from the start. San Juan has tied the game very recently, and they've kept it close after North Sevier opened up a 5-0 lead to start the game. The Broncos have battled and kept it pretty close, but looking to establish their first lead on this one, but throwing it down into triple coverage was Anthony Doan, so that is a turnover again to San Juan, and now Doan does a good job to pressure Brody Bullock in the corner on the far side, and that ends up forcing Bullock to lose that out of bounds, and so the team's trading turnovers right now. And the Broncos will have it here with 1:06 inbounding in the defensive end. 1:06 left in the first quarter, that is, and a 10-8 lead for North Sevier. Anthony Doan with the basketball will come near side to Jayton Knight. And now they bounce it down inside to Justice Black. He ends up booting it out of bounds. He was in a lot of traffic down there battling, and another turnover for San Juan. That's 7 just in this first quarter. And now North Sevier will try to work it in. And nearly a travel there on Johnson, but they're able to get it to Bennett. He goes through traffic, misses the shot, and it's rebounded by... So it's rebounded by North Sevier, and they do score. I didn't see who that was. Maybe Warner Roberts makes it 12-8 at any rate. And now the Broncos have it with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, down by 4 again. Trying to be the last to score here in this opening quarter. And make it a one-possession game again, but Anthony Doan unable to score. There's a rebound and a putback. They're going to count it, and a foul to Justice Black. So good job by Justice Black. He's been good since he came in, battling and helping the Broncos out with loose balls, and that time it pays off as he gets his first bucket of the evening and a chance to add one here. And he does indeed. So that makes it a 1-point game, 12-11 with 10 seconds left in the opening quarter. It is the second foul to Cade Johnson for North Sevier, by the way. So a 1-point game as we're into the final seconds of the opening quarter. Here's North Sevier running it up, though. And 3 seconds and 2. Here comes the 3, and it rims off. A good shot, but just a little bit short from Jacob Johnson. And that's the way the quarter ends. It's a fun one so far. A 12-11 lead for the hometown North Sevier Wolves. We'll return to Salina in a minute. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Back live to North Sevier High School as we get set to start the second quarter here tonight with the North Sevier Wolves hosting the San Juan Broncos in a Region 15 matchup, the first of the season for these two teams. Fouls reset with the new rules this season, so we're both back to 0 right now. The Broncos with the basketball to start the period, and there's Anthony Doan draining a 10-footer to start the period, and the Broncos get their first lead of the game, 13-12, right off the hop. Now North Sevier back in the offensive end. Good defense for San Juan, and Bernardino has to back it out. He's out in the midcourt paint, the North Sevier logo out at midcourt. Dribbling with the right hand. Well, we had the tumble play underneath the basket as a player went down under there and rolled his way into the opening, but meanwhile they get it to Grayson Bennett for a long-range 3, and he makes no mistake, and it's 15-13. There's a shot thrown up by Keaton Ivins, no good, and rebounded by North Sevier. They're on the run across the line. Ephraim Bernardino drives in, pulls up, misses the 6-footer, and rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos run it up. Keaton Ivins gets himself too low on the baseline, kicks it back out, and it opens up for Doan as he drives right through and finishes with the right hand. And we're all tied at 15, a minute 20 seconds into the second quarter. Long pass for North Sevier. They get it down under the basket on the baseline, bounce it into the middle, and losing the handle is Braden Hammond, and that'll give it back to San Juan, but the Broncos throw it out of bounds in transition. So the two teams trade turnovers. It'll be North Sevier basketball after this timeout with 6:30 to go in the first half. We are glad you've joined us tonight, dealing with a few hiccups tonight with a new audio setup I've got going on, but I think we're going to make do, and we'll figure it out tonight when I have a chance to experiment with things, and hopefully we can get things all patched back up as we head into this 2024 portion of the season in earnest. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, of course, all winter long. And we are brought to you tonight in part by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Utah State University Blanding, and San Juan Health. And it'll be, like I said, North Sevier basketball. 6.5 minutes to go in this first half, and all tied at 15 as we speak. North Sevier breaks the press, get the ball underneath the basket, but they'll have to kick it out. Now just throwing it up falling out of bounds was Bernardino, but it's no good. And rebounded by San Juan. And Anthony Doan gets an open look from straight away, but drives in and now travels with the basketball. That'll turn it back over. So 9 turnovers for San Juan in this first half. And it'll be North Sevier basketball with 6:06 to go in the second quarter. The team's looking to get a lead here, and there's a turnover for North Sevier. So the two teams really struggling in the turnover department, but here's an R.J. Dally 3, yes. And the Broncos take the lead again, 18-15. R.J. Dally with his first points of the night. And now San Juan nearly is able to knock that away, but North Sevier does a good job to keep it. Now again they save possession, and a foul this time on San Juan. And it looks like that'll be on Keaton Ivins and his third. So that is trouble for the San Juan senior, as we're probably not going to see a lot of him for the remainder of this first half now. As it looks like, let's see who comes in for the Broncos. Owen Adams is in there now, as Coach Nielsen is having to go deep into the bench here at North Sevier tonight. Already we've seen some players in who we didn't see a whole lot pre-Christmas. And so everybody being called on tonight to help out, as there's a nice little spinning jumper for North Sevier. That's Rylan Frischneck scoring. And now a foul coming to San Juan, as Jake Ivins does a good job to go to the hole here. And this will be on Efrain Bernardino. And his second. And let's see, it'll be Jake Ivins at the line, missing on the first try. He's still looking to get on the board with points. And so Ivan's second shot on the way, rims off as well. So unfortunately, the Broncos not able to do any damage there. And North Sevier has it back in the offensive end. Bernardino on the left wing to Bennett. Now into the middle. Mishandling that time and losing the basketball is Roberts. That'll turn it back over to San Juan. And the Broncos run it up. Anthony Doan hands off to Jake Ivins. Now around the perimeter they go. Left side, Dally. Well, they're letting Bennett just run into San Juan players and not calling any fouls. Dally missed a shot, and on a putback try, Owen Adams draws a foul. He'll go to the line. Good rebound for San Juan that time, and good tenacity to stay with that. And the junior, Owen Adams, will go to the line as he draws the third foul of the night on Bernardino. Owen Adams' first shot is no good. So the Broncos were doing pretty well from the foul line before the Christmas break, but it looks like that has cooled off a little bit here. Right now, they're just 33%, 2 of 6 to start the night, but Owen Adams does get a nice roll on the second one, and the Broncos have a 2-point lead, 19-17. 4:40 to go in the half. Here's North Sevier getting it into the paint. Missing the jumper is number 11, Jacob Johnson, and on the rebound, a foul to the Wolves. It would have, nope, to San Juan. It was just on the floor. And so an offensive rebound for North Sevier, and then a foul to Owen Adams is what that was. And so this will give it to North Sevier, and now San Juan coming the other way to the hole, and unable to score in traffic was Weston Jones. Rebounded momentarily. They were battling for the basketball over here. Nobody really had clear possession, and it will be a foul on North Sevier. Ultimately, Grayson Bennett's second. So the Broncos will keep possession in the offensive end, up by 2, and Coach Nielsen is going to call a timeout with 4:24 to go in the half. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout. So a 19-17 lead for San Juan, and we'll keep it here. We are glad you've joined us. We do have a doubleheader, if you will, of high school basketball this weekend with the San Juan Broncos here at Salina tonight, and then on to Gunnison tomorrow afternoon for a 2 p.m. tip against the Bulldogs of Gunnison Valley. And getting an update from the San Juan High School gym, where the girls are hosting North Sevier tonight. And the Lady Broncos losing in that one right now, 25-14 at the half. So they are quite a bit ahead of us, as we had a little bit of a delayed start tonight with all the pomp and circumstance before the call of the starters. And then it hasn't been a really quickly paced first half. Broncos have the basketball out of this timeout. And Anthony Doan has it in the midcourt paint. Comes near side to Weston Jones. Back to Daly. Now Doan with a spinning jumper at the free throw line. No good, and rebounded by North Sevier. The Wolves do a good job to break the deep press here, and now they get it into the offensive end to the hole. The ball knocked away from North Sevier's Jacob Johnson there and out of bounds. So San Juan basketball. And it'll be Anthony Doan to inbound to Jake Ivins with exactly 4 minutes to go in the first half. So we're halfway through the second quarter, and the Broncos have established a lead in this frame and have been holding it, although they haven't been able to increase it. It is 19-17, and now the Broncos lose the ball out of bounds on a deflection, and that'll turn it back over to North Sevier. So 10 turnovers unofficially for San Juan now in this first half. And here's North Sevier, and a running jumper is good for Jacob Johnson as he finally hits pay dirt on one. Now he's knocked over. He was moving the whole way defending San Juan, and they're going to call the charge on the Broncos. Wow. And that is the second on Anthony Doan. I guess you can strafe and be knocked down. And that's a charge. And now under the basket, a reverse layup attempt for North Sevier is no good, but it will be another foul on San Juan, and this may be back-to-back on Doan here, and that's not, no, it wasn't. That is a break for San Juan, as that will be on Justice Black, his first. But 4 on the Broncos here in this quarter, so one more will put North Sevier in the bonus, so they'll be shooting from here on out because this was already a shooting foul, as Braden Hammond is at the line, and he already made one, so just like that, the Wolves have reestablished the lead, and now it is a 2-point lead as Hammond makes both shots. The Broncos will walk it back up, down 21-19 now, with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Jagger Neves on the far side. Hands up top to Jake Ivins, and he's run into. They'll call another charge on the Broncos. And that will be the third foul on Jake Ivins tonight. And so that'll give it to North Sevier, of course, in the defensive end. And they've been letting them play physical, at least on one side. And San Juan now pressing, trying to prevent North Sevier from getting across, but the Wolves are able to break the press and establish possession in the front court. Now some physical action on the far side over there looks like is going to result in a foul on Jagger Neves, as he was trying to get that ball away, and now that'll be the third on Jagger Neves, and he is the leading scorer for San Juan. Actually, along with Anthony Doan, they both have 6 points in this one. And making a trip to the line here on this play is Warner Roberts. So North Sevier will be shooting a couple here, as they are now in the bonus, and now they've added another foul. No, that is 6 fouls for San Juan, but now I think they are maybe discussing things and trying to figure this out. As it stood, Warner Roberts was about to shoot 2. There are no 1-and-1s anymore in Utah high school basketball. And so maybe they called the foul on the wrong player. Yes, that foul was on apparently Brigham Nielsen. But I don't know if he was even on the court. So I'm not sure about that, but I'll give it to Nielsen. That's going to help Jagger Neves' stats as he will only have 2 fouls now. That may play a factor. And meanwhile, Warner Roberts makes apparently one of the 2 and missed the other, I guess. I didn't see. And they did not add another point, so I'm going to say he missed it. San Juan with it in the offensive end. It's a 22-19 lead now for the hometown Wolves here at North Sevier High School. And the Broncos miscue on a pass on the far side in the offensive end, and the unforced error is a turnover, their 11th of this first half. And the Broncos down by 3, in danger of going down by more, but now they steal it away. Brigham Nielsen goes hard to the hole, missed the shot, and it's rebounded by North Sevier. The Wolves will run it up. They'll actually lob it up. And now a nice pass underneath, but missing the layup from right underneath is Warner Roberts. And San Juan gets the rebound. Back they come. Here's Justice Black spinning into the paint. Misses the left hand up high off the glass. And it will be a foul on the rebound. The San Juan Broncos, a great job staying with it once again there. And they drew the foul. And it's kind of confusing now. Actually, it wasn't a foul. I guess it just went out of bounds. But Brigham Nielsen puts up a 3 on the inbound, no good. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds by North Sevier. So the Broncos will keep possession. And Anthony Doan setting it again on the baseline. He'll send it into Jake Ivins. Bounce it right back to Doan on the left baseline. Tries to spin in. He's fouled as he goes up. He'll shoot 2. And it'll be apparently on number 32, Bron Butler for North Sevier. That is his first. Anthony Doan at the line, and the Broncos have got to find a way to get hot from there, but the first shot rims out. So the Broncos fall to 3 of 8 here in this first half from the free throw line. Second shot on the way from Doan, rolls off. My goodness. So it remains 22-19 with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half now as North Sevier transitions into the front court. Spinning away, and that was an up and down, I thought, or a travel it should have been, but missing the shot was Frischnecht. San Juan gets the ball, and they run it back up, going to the bucket, traveling. That time was number 13, Weston Jones. So that'll turn it back over to North Sevier. And the Wolves will work it in with some quick passing. Nice little stutter step at midcourt, but now they throw an interception down low, and the Broncos bring it back the other way. Anthony Doan with the crossover, and they finally call the block on North Sevier that time. I guess third time's a charm, and Doan will go to the line as stepping right in his way that time was Jacob Johnson for his first foul of the night. Both teams in the bonus here in the second quarter now. 1:42 left in the first half. And North Sevier leading once again, 22-19. And Doan, unfortunately, remains cold from the free throw line as he misses the first. So San Juan is now just 3 of 10 for 30% from the charity stripe tonight. And the second shot is good, so Doan breaks the streak. He has 7. That leads San Juan scoring. The Broncos are back to within 2. It's 22-20 with 95 seconds to go in the half. Left wing, North Sevier. Now they dump it back out high. Warner Roberts for 3. No. Rebounded by San Juan. And the Broncos bring it up. Jake Ivins drives, kicks. There's a 3 that drops for Weston Jones, and he's on the board. And the Broncos are back in the lead, 23-22 with 1:10 to go now, and a steal at midcourt for Doan, but he's unable to finish from the left side. So the Broncos steal it away, but unable to finish. Unable to turn it into points, I should say. And now a foul on Weston Jones, I believe, the other way. And that'll be his first, and that will put North Sevier to the line for a couple shots here, and it will be number 11, Jacob Johnson. And it appears he misses the first. So the Broncos' lead remains intact, 23-22. Second shot on the way, rims off as well from Johnson. So San Juan still leads, and the Broncos got the rebound. They'll bring it in. Anthony Doan open at the free throw line, spins away from the double coverage, kicks it back out. Jake Ivins misses the three. Rebounded by North Sevier, and they try to throw it down court. They lose it on the baseline. Brigham Nielsen comes away with the loose ball. Another turnover for North Sevier, their 10th of the half. And now here's Jake Ivins for San Juan, forcing it to Owen Adams. He stepped on the baseline as he drove under the bucket, and that'll turn it back over to North Sevier. 27 seconds to go in the first half, and a 23-22 lead for San Juan now. And this has been a back and forth battle. Definitely not pretty, but it has been a tight fought battle so far, as we expected from these two teams coming into this one. Some nice passing until the last touch for North Sevier, as that one went out of bounds too far ahead of Warner Roberts down in the corner. And so North Sevier turns it over again. And the Broncos will have a chance to bring it up with 17 seconds to go in the first half. And maybe they can take a 3-point lead into the halftime break. They're up by 1 right now. They'd even enjoy a 4-point lead. I think that would be their biggest of the night. Here's Owen Adams on the run from the free throw line. Missed the runner. It goes out of bounds untouched. And so it will actually be North Sevier with one final shot on a miracle attempt. Nope, the buzzer sounded before that shot was released. That went hard off the rim from Grayson Bennett, but the shot did not count. And so after one half of play, it's the San Juan Broncos 23, the North Sevier Wolves 22 from North Sevier High School in Salina. Part of a 2-day trip for the San Juan Broncos up here to Sevier County and then San Pete County tomorrow as they head across the border to take on the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So a full weekend of high school hoops here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We'll take a break. We'll return with some first half stats. Stay with us. It is high school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Utah is our home, unique in its strengths and struggles. And sadly, suicide in Utah is one of our greatest challenges. So people across the state are coming together to answer the call, to change our culture around suicide and mental health, to give hope and provide genuine help. Together, we can get through, lift up, look ahead, and live on. Learn how you can reach out at liveonutah.org.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
At Energy Fuels, Creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that
Back live to North Sevier High School in Salina, Utah, the site of our high school hoops matchup tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We are glad you've joined us, the first Region 15 game of the season for these two teams. And right now, a 23-22 lead for the visiting San Juan Broncos at the halftime break. The home team winning the first quarter 12-11, but the Broncos rallying to win the second 12-10 and take the 1-point lead into the break. But they haven't had anything more than a 3-point lead yet so far. So it's been a hard-fought battle for San Juan, and ultimately right now it's kind of looking like it'll be whoever's the last to score in this one, and it's not going to be a very high-scoring affair this evening. We'll take a look now at the stats players-wise, or actually we'll continue with the team stats and shooting from the floor. And neither team super impressive in that first half. North Sevier, 5 of 20 for 25%. And San Juan, 8 of 26 for 31%. So neither team really looking too impressive from the floor in that first half. For North Sevier from inside the arc, yikes, 3 of 13 for 23%. And San Juan is 5 of 20 for 25%. Both teams getting their best shooting from outside the arc, it looks like. San Juan is 3 of 6 for 50% from three-point range, and North Sevier 2 of 7 for 29%. And from the free throw line, North Sevier's been there all night. They're 10 of 16 for 63%, so that is a big factor. The Broncos really struggling from the line so far tonight. 4 of 11 for 36% so far. So they've got to get that number up. And if they can do that in the second half, then I think as long as things continue as they are, they can fend off this Wolf offense. Right now, almost half of the Wolf points in that first half came from the free throw line. The Broncos out rebounding North Sevier by 1, 15-14. And the turnovers, another big factor in that first half. Both the teams turning the ball over quite a lot. San Juan 13 times and North Sevier 11. And so these stats, of course, unofficial, but that is a factor so far in this game. The Broncos have got to find a way to protect the basketball a little bit better in the second half, I think. Individual stats now, and leading the way for North Sevier and leading all scoring is Grayson Bennett with 9 points. And then it falls off from there. Warner Roberts has 4. There's some players with 2 points apiece. Jacob Johnson, Rylan, Frischnecht, Braun Butler, and Braden Hammond, all with 2 points for North Sevier in the first half, and Cade Johnson has 1. The 3-point baskets for the Wolves, 2 of them, and both of them for Grayson Bennett. For San Juan, it's Anthony Doan leading the way with 7 points through the first half. Jagger Neves has 6. A lot of players with 3 points apiece. Weston Jones, R.J. Daly, and Justice Black. And then it's 1 point for Owen Adams. So the Broncos still looking to get 3 of their starters on the board in this game. They've been held scoreless in this one. 3-point baskets, there are 3 of them, 1 each to Jagger Neves, Weston Jones, and R.J. Daly. So the Broncos leading North Sevier 23-21 at the halftime break here in the first Region 15 contest of the season in Salina. We're glad you've joined us. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores around the area. Any updates we can find, stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In the scope of a lifetime, 10 minutes may seem like no time at all. But when it comes to suicide, 10 minutes is often long enough to reconsider the decision to end one's own life. If you have a friend or family member who is struggling with suicide or depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their firearms away from their home. because even a 10-minute delay can make a lifetime of difference. Let's help end tragic firearm deaths in Utah.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Life is a series of cherished moments, filled with milestones that define our journey. Moments of love, joy, and shared experiences. Each moment contributes to our story. As each chapter unfolds, our experiences shape us, defining who we are. When it's time to celebrate a life, ensure your loved ones are remembered with the grace, dignity, and individuality they deserve. San Juan Mortuary, celebrating life, honoring memories, transcending tradition.
Here at Utah Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Blue Mountain Hospital, we're thrilled to welcome Cade Lyman, Dane Lyman, and Brian Kirk, joining our unparalleled team of healthcare professionals. Blue Mountain Hospital has been setting the standard for rural hospitals since 2009.
Back live to North Sevier High School in Salina, Utah, as we've got a Region 15 contest and a good one so far between San Juan and North Sevier. It hasn't really been what we would call perfect execution on either side, but it has been a close battle and back and forth. Both teams took turns holding a small lead in the first half. And right now, San Juan has the 1-point advantage, 23-22. As we prepare to enter the second half. There's not many updates score-wise across our area. Obviously, a lot of wrestling action going on tonight. And you've got Grand, Monument Valley, and San Juan all at the Utah Winter Classic right over here in Richfield. San Juan is also competing in 2A duels at Richfield High School tonight. So they are spread thin over here in Richfield this evening. Mancos is at the conflict at Cleveland and Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Norwood is at the Tournament of Champions in Vernal. You've got Dolores hosting Montezuma Cortez and Monticello tonight in a battle between local teams. A little bit of a try going on at Dolores. Nucla is competing in a duel with Pagosa Springs tonight in Pagosa. Then tomorrow, Pagosa Springs will be hosting Dolores, Montezuma Cortez, Monticello, and Nucla at the Rocky Mountain Invitational. So that's going on tomorrow. And then Dove Creek is wrestling in a tournament in Gunnison tomorrow. So a lot of wrestling, but we do have one basketball score to update tonight, and it's a doozy. Monument Valley establishing or proving that they are the properly ranked #1 team in 1A girls basketball as they top Windover tonight, 63-48. So a 15-point victory for the Monument Valley Lady Cougars tonight over Windover. Congratulations, a great game for the Lady Cougars. This team is something special, and it'll be fun to watch them for the duration. See if they can make some noise this year at the 1A state tournament. Monument Valley beating Windover 63-48. Don't have any other updates tonight, but we did preview all the matchups before this game started. So we get set for the third quarter now. High school hoops tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by Car Shop Auto Body. Colleen Kays, author of The 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power. Red Mechanical, San Juan Building Supply, Flights Gymnastics, Northern Electric, Emory Telecom, Napa Motor Parts, Creative Floors, San Juan School District CTE programs, Blue Mountain Foods, and Energy Fuels. Big thanks to all the sponsors making these broadcasts possible. We could not do it without you. And so we get set now to start the quarter. And start the second half as well. And it will be North Sevier basketball. Again, the hometown squad wearing white. The San Juan Broncos on the road wearing blue. And it'll be the Wolves to inbound, down by 2, 8 minutes on the clock. Fouls are back to 0. And we're underway in the second half. And San Juan opens with a steal as Anthony Doan scoops and scores. Anticipated the pass, took it down court, and finished with the right hand. And a strong start for San Juan. They're up by 3. That matches their largest lead of the night. Now pressing at midcourt as well. Here is North Sevier, and a nice hometown roll for Grayson Bennett on that little runner. And they stay within 1. San Juan back the other way. Jake Ivins scores a basket. Do they count it or do they call it a charge? I don't think they can decide. They're going to talk it over. It's going to be an offensive charge. I think we all knew how that was going to work out. And Jake Ivins is called for his 4th. And they actually don't have it on the board. Yeah, now they do. And no, they have that as his, what in the world? They're giving that to Doan. Was it Doan on the drive there? I thought it was Jake Ivins. The ref is at the table, so they're going to discuss this. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the 4th foul on Jake Ivins if they get it right here. And of course, this is a big factor here. In the rest of this game, Ivins would probably have to come out for the majority of the second half if this is his 4th foul. Now they have it as the 3rd foul on Ivins. So I must have missed a foul at some point. That was the extra foul, I think, in that first half. So I can maybe go back and fix that. Meanwhile, North Sevier with it back in the offensive end. There's a shot, no good. Rebounded by San Juan momentarily, but it's stolen. Now another shot from the corner that would have been for 3. So back-to-back misses. And it's going to be, I think, a foul on Jagger Neves, it looks like. But he's not out on the floor. So who did they give that? They gave that to number 2. He's not on the floor. And now North Sevier commits a backcourt violation. They've given a foul to Jagger Neves, who's on the bench. So I guess I don't know what in the world to say there. There's 2 fouls. No, that's Brigham Nielsen, his 2nd foul. I'm looking at it backwards. My goodness. So the 2nd foul for Brigham Nielsen, pardon me. And now San Juan has the basketball as North Sevier turned it over on the backcourt violation. Anthony Doan spinning through traffic, but now kicks it. And R.J. Daly airmails the 3. The loose ball is down to San Juan. Going up and drawing a foul and shooting 2 is Keaton Ivins. And this is going to be the 3rd on Cade Johnson. So an offensive rebound for San Juan. And Brigham Nielsen is at the line for the Broncos. That's the first foul now on North Sevier. And that's a much stronger start for San Juan from the line than they had in the first half, as Nielsen is now on the board with his first point of the night as he makes the first of two. Second shot on the way, rims off. Oh, excuse me, it actually dropped. It actually fell down. And now San Juan steals at midcourt and scores, as Jake Ivins scoops and scores. And now the Broncos steal another one. And unfortunately, this time it's going to result maybe in a foul down low off the ball here, or will it be on Keaton Ivins? This will be another foul on Cade Johnson. Meanwhile, 2 interceptions for San Juan right there, back to back. And the Broncos creating chances now with this full court press and giving North Sevier a little trouble, and shades of Roland Hall a few weeks ago before Christmas when the Broncos came out in the second half after struggling against the Wing Lions and took over that game in Enterprise at the Enterprise tournament and with the full court press. So it has helped them out at times this season. And right now they've established their biggest lead of the night at 29-24, and they'll have the ball out of this timeout. High school hoops, live from North Sevier High School in Salina, brought to you in part tonight by Precision Rehab, Lee Contracting, Desert Rivers Credit Union, Holiday Construction, San Juan Pharmacy, Canyonlands Tire, Diamond Propane, Red's Ace Hardware, Southeastern Utah 7-Eleven stores, Blue Mountain Hospital, and Furniture Gallery. Big thanks to all the sponsors making the broadcast possible. And a 29-24 lead now for San Juan. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, so we're only 90 seconds into the second half, and the Broncos have taken a little bit of momentum here to start. The full court press is creating turnovers. Here's a three that falls for Anthony Doan. So the Broncos senior gets his first three of the night, and he leads all scoring now with 12 points. The Broncos are up by 8, 32-24. Now North Sevier has it back in the offensive end, and here is Grayson Bennett. Bennett taking a look, now comes near side. They'll hand off, couple of little handoffs here, and Parker Jensen into the paint, now kicks it. Here's a drive down the baseline, falling down were a couple Bronco defenders, and now the shot clock running out. Here's a block on Anthony Doan on the floor. They're going to call Doan for his third. And that'll give North Sevier a fresh 35. So reset the shot clock. It was winding down. And that is, again, the third foul on Anthony Doan, the senior guard for San Juan. And North Sevier will reset in the offensive end with a fresh shot clock. And now here's Grayson Bennett, their leading scorer, out on the left wing. Tries to get around Keaton Ivins, but Ivins holds him at bay. Now he gets a return pass, goes right wing instead for Jensen. He'll hand off into the corner now to Frischnecht. And the ball goes out of bounds, deflected by San Juan. So once again, North Sevier will reset, but this time with 20 showing on the shot clock. Anthony Doan is tying his shoe meanwhile. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. And North Sevier now set to inbound. And they bounce it in underneath. It's knocked away and nearly stolen by San Juan. And they're going to call a foul, actually, on North Sevier's Warner Roberts right there. So good hard play underneath the basket that time from Anthony Doan to not only complete the steal underneath, but draw the foul. And the Broncos have it back in the offensive end. Almost lose it, but corralling it is Nielsen. Now Anthony Doan spins his way through the paint. Stops. Hands off to Jake Ivins. Coming through traffic. And he finishes with the right hand with the over-under. The Bronco Jr. has 4. San Juan's up by 10. Their largest lead of the night, 34-24. And now the clock has lost power, just as North Sevier was bringing it into the offensive end. So we've got a timeout here on the floor. They've got the clock back up, actually. Looks like they're going to give it they're going to tell them to wrap it up. So they've got the clock working again. Somebody must have yanked a cord. We know what that's like up here. And so it looks like now they're ready to go, and North Sevier's going to have to get it through the San Juan press again as they have to reset from their own backcourt baseline this time. So that gives San Juan a little bit of a break, and that's going to make North Sevier work for it, and it's going to result in a foul on San Juan. So Brigham Nielsen stepped in and got a little physical with his man and registers his third foul of the night. So San Juan has 4, North Sevier with 3 now in this third quarter. 5:14 to go in the frame. Broncos are up by 10 after struggling to establish any kind of lead in the first half. They led by 1 at the break, but have had most of the momentum here to start the second half. Here are the Wolves in the offensive end, though. Little drop back 3 for Parker Jensen, no good. And they battle for the rebound in the corner. It's finally knocked away by Anthony Doan out of bounds. So it'll be a dead ball rebound for North Sevier. And the Wolves will keep it in the offensive end with a new shot clock. And they're trying to get it in, running out of time, but they do lob it up and get that ball into Frischnick. And now Bennett has it, backs it out, hands into the corner for Johnson. And now they go into the middle. Anthony Doan with his hands raised. The ball fell into his lap. He completes the steal, but the Broncos mishandle under the basket, but it does look like it'll result in a North Sevier foul. And it will be on Frischnick. I've got that as his first. And San Juan's going to keep it in the offensive end on that series. So the lead remains 34-24 for the Broncos with 4:40 now to go in the third quarter. Here's Anthony Doan to inbound, and he just lobbed it in as he was running out of time. And that did come down to Daly. Now a good spin to the bucket, but unable to make the runner was Jake Ivins that time, and rebounded by North Sevier. Here come the Wolves again. And wide open, but not taking the three is Parker Jensen right now from the right wing. He'll just hand off top of the key. Now to Bennett, driving through the paint, and finishes with the right hand on the float. He leads North Sevier scoring with 13, and actually that is a game high now. And they pull back to within 8. Here's San Juan in the offensive end, looking for points now. They have been held scoreless for their last 2 or 3 possessions. Into the right corner, Anthony Doan, baseline drive, now picks it up. Outweights the D, can't get the shot to go though. San Juan almost had the rebound, but wrestling it away is North Sevier. Let's see if this is a foul on the Wolves. Yes, it is. So the Broncos did get the rebound and then drew the foul. And that will be, did they say 5? I don't have a 5 for them. Yes, I do. That's Grayson Bennett, pardon me. That's their leading scorer. And it sends San Juan's number 5 to the line, Keaton Ivins. And this is an opportunity for the senior, and he makes good on it as he is now on the board with his first point of the night. So all 5 of the Broncos starters are now finally on the board. And Keaton Ivins will try to make this 2 here and increase the lead back to 10 for San Juan. Unable, though, as this one bounces off. Rebounded by the Broncos, though. So San Juan keeps it in the offensive end, but now they try to force it into the middle, and it's intercepted. North Sevier in transition, way down into the corner. Now they'll back it out to Bennett. He takes the college 3 and drains it. 29 for North Sevier. They pull back to within 6. San Juan leads 35-29. Brigham Nielsen has it, backs it out, hands off to Jagger Neves, who's back in the game for the Broncos. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's a shot out of the corner for 3, no good for Weston Jones. He does have 1 3 on the night, but not that time. North Sevier pulls down the board, work it into the offensive end. Here's Bennett with it. Clearly the quarterback of this offense. Now they get the ball down low, spinning away from Weston Jones that time was Jacob Johnson, and he lays it up and in for North Sevier, and it's all of a sudden a 4-point game. Now the Broncos, ball was deflected, and now it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Bennett as he was racing back into the backcourt to try to get that away from San Juan. So the Broncos will keep it at midcourt. They'll have to reset here. Brigham Nielsen will saunter over in front of the North Sevier players bench to inbound this ball. And he does get it into Jagger Neves. And Neves now gets it back from Weston Jones. He'll dribble with the left hand. Hands off to Brigham Nielsen. Little crossover. Back out high to Jagger Neves, but the pass was low. He pulls up from the left baseline, misses the jumper. And it's rebounded by North Sevier. They run it up and now lose the ball. It is deflected out of bounds by San Juan right into the players' bench here for the Wolves. So North Sevier will reset in the offensive end with 28 seconds showing on the shot clock. 2:18 left in the third quarter. And Grayson Bennett takes the inbound pass. Working on R.J. Daly. Now goes around him, dumps it down as he went to the hole, though, and that didn't work out. North Sevier ends up losing the basketball out of bounds. Bennett would have served himself better just going right to the hole that time, I think. He had a step on Daly. He was around Daly. There was some coverage underneath the basket there for San Juan, but I think if he'd have floated that up on the runner, he probably would have gotten some points for North Sevier. This is a key moment in the game because the Broncos' 10-point lead has been trimmed to 4. And so whoever scores now, it's either going to be a 2-point game or it's going to be a 6-point game again. Here's Justice Black working in the paint, and a strong shot from the right side rolls in. What an effort by Justice Black that time. He has 5. And indeed, it's a 6-point lead, but make it 4 as Grayson Bennett answers immediately off the glass from the right side. San Juan in transition now. Doan comes into the middle for Weston Jones. He'll hand off to Jagger Neves. Open straightaway 3 is no good. And the ball comes down to North Sevier. The Wolves are going to take a 3. It's Grayson Bennett, no good. The rebound into the corner, pulled down by San Juan. And the Broncos run it up. Jake Ivins into the corner for Jones. 3 is off the mark. And rebounded by North Sevier. Actually, there was no rebound. That was an air ball. And so the Wolves will work it into the offensive end. There's a lob out to Bennett on a bit of a screen. Now Bennett just goes right around Anthony Doan, right to the hole, and finishes with the finger roll. Grayson Bennett has 20 points and pulls the Wolves back to within 2. It is 37-35 for San Juan in the final half minute of the third quarter. Jake Ivins goes to the hole on the baseline. They strip it away from him. He thought maybe he should have had the foul there, but they don't call it. And San Juan ends up turning the ball over here ultimately. That is their 15th of the game. North Sevier's actually taken over with 16 turnovers in this game, and all this is unofficial, of course. Here come the Wolves on the run. Nice little deflection very late in that play by Jagger Neves, and that sent the ball off the knee of Braun Butler and out of bounds. And so what a break that time for San Juan. A great play defensively coming back. Otherwise, that was a free layup for Braun Butler. So Jagger Neves, a good play there to break that one up. And now the Broncos, in the final 10 seconds of the period, have the 37-35 lead and the ball. 4 seconds and 3, now 2. Anthony Doan from the right baseline, no good. Got himself in too deep there, and that's the way the quarter ends. So nothing has been settled yet. It's a 2-point lead for San Juan as we head into the fourth quarter. It's going to be a fun finish, 37-35. Come back with us. We'll return to North Sevier High School in a couple minutes. You're listening to High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Men can take a hit. We can tough it out. We're told to suck it up a lot more than we're asked to talk it out. But the truth is, the only way to tackle what's up here is by talking it out. To simply say what we're feeling. With friends, family, or the Utah Crisis Hotline. Put this number in your contacts right now. And if you're ever wondering if you have someone to talk to, you do. 24/7.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Back live to North Sevier High School hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're headed to the fourth quarter now with San Juan leading the hometown North Sevier Wolves slimly. 37-35 is the score. The Broncos have the ball to start the final frame, and they've got it set up in the offensive end. Jake Ivins with the basketball. Hands off to Anthony Doan, top of the key. He'll bounce his way down near the baseline, hands off to Keaton Ivins. He's in traffic. 2 or 3 spin moves, though. He stays with it and hits the 5-foot fade. And Ivins has 3 points, but that's a big bucket right there that gets San Juan back up by 4. Now they swat a pass at midcourt out of bounds as Bennett was trying to get that into the offensive end. So the Bronco press at midcourt, causing trouble right there for North Sevier. Now the Wolves will inbound and lob it in across the line, and Bernardino gets a handoff from his teammate. Bernardino standing right at the midcourt line, now hands into the midcourt paint to Grayson Bennett. Now they'll hand off, and a good little pass underneath, a bucket and a foul to Jacob Johnson, and an add one opportunity right here that could make this a 1-point game. And the foul maybe to Jagger Neves here. They've got that as the first on Neves. I have that as the third, so am I just confused again? But yeah, either way this is, it's either, so Brigham Nielsen has 3 fouls, he's number 1. Jagger Neves has 2 already. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at, but I think that was a foul on Jagger. And completing the 3-point play, meanwhile, is Jacob Johnson. And I don't know, actually, did he have to come off? It looks like he did. Weston Jones misses a 3, meanwhile, for San Juan. And a foul on the rebound, I think, to the Broncos here. Yeah, Weston Jones came out, and I think he got hit in the eye. Not Weston Jones, pardon me. It was Jacob Johnson. I think Cade Johnson took the foul shot on his behalf and made it a 1-point game. So it's 39-38, and now they've called a foul on Weston Jones, it looks like. And again, I have this. You know, I think what went on is when the clock went off, it reset all the fouls. So the fouls are all wrong on the board. And now, meanwhile, that doesn't matter because the Broncos allow Braden Hammond to score from underneath, and North Sevier has retaken the lead, 40-39. San Juan with it back in the offensive end. Anthony Doan misses a couple tries. He did get his own tap back there, but was unable to score on either attempt. But the ball knocked out of bounds by North Sevier, so San Juan keeps it in the offensive end. And now a foul in the lane to Keaton Ivins, as apparently he pushed off, and that is his 4th. So they're letting him know that's his 4th. And yeah, they are having to call the fouls now because the scoreboard was reset. So now a nice block pass by Keaton Ivins. The Broncos force the turnover. And scoring it is Anthony Doan as he went hard to the hole. And the Broncos wrestle the lead back away, 41-40. Here's North Sevier back in the offensive end with it. Over here on the near side to Hammond. Cross court they go. Weston Jones flies in to steal, and a circus layup is no good, but Keaton Ivins is right there to follow it up. So the Broncos with some tenacity here. And another offensive rebound for San Juan. Now the Broncos steal at midcourt again. And scoring is Anthony Doan. And suddenly the Broncos are up by 5 again, 45-40, as they reestablish the momentum using a few turnovers right there at midcourt. Some steals for the Broncos there. And now here is Efrain Bernardino with the basketball. Top of the key, lazily bounces it to the far side. Keaton Ivins stepped in to knock that away and steal it, but they're going to call him for his 5th foul. And Coach Nielsen is not happy about that. And it's not against his player he's unhappy. I think he was unhappy with the call there. Keaton Ivins going to foul out with 5 points out of this game. But what an effort for the Broncos tonight. So Keaton Ivins is out. And the Broncos lead 45-40. North Sevier with it in the offensive end. Down by 5. They tried to work a little give and go, but good defense by Jake Ivins to blow that play up that time. Didn't let Grayson Bennett get open going to the basket. And now North Sevier has to work it back out on the perimeter. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Bennett straight away. Stutter steps, goes around Jake Ivins, kicks it back out. A 3 is no good from Johnson. Rebound to North Sevier though, so a fresh 35. Now a wide open 3 out of the corner is no good for Braun Butler. And rebounded this time by San Juan. The Broncos can work it up. 4:40 to go in the ball game. It's a 5-point lead, 45-40. San Juan's pass along the baseline is knocked out of bounds. As going down hard on the baseline that time was Owen Adams. But no foul on the play. San Juan will reset in the offensive end, and 22 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Anthony Doan, a right corner 3, no good. Rebounded by North Sevier. They try to throw it up court. San Juan steals it away. And what's going to be called here? This is, I guess they say Anthony Doan steps out of bounds. They nearly completed the steal there, but right in the corner of the court here, Doan couldn't keep it in bounds. So North Sevier will reset in the offensive end, and Bernardino takes the lob out at midcourt. Now to Bennett, straight away. Going to try to work around Jake Ivins again. They'll send it to the right side. Now back into the middle, right through the defense, and finishing with the right-hand finger roll is Braun Butler. That's only 4 points for the North Sevier junior, but that's a big couple right there as that pulls North Sevier back to within 3, and now Jake Ivins is called for the travel. That'll turn it back over to North Sevier. And Coach Nielsen is going to call a timeout. We're exactly halfway through the 4th quarter. 4 minutes left in this game. And stay tuned, folks. It's going to be a fun finish. 45-42 right now for San Juan. We'll take a real quick break and return to North Sevier High School. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In 1957, Lyle and Clea Johnson founded Lyle Northern Electric. What began as a small business in their family home has grown into the prominent local company it is today, a 3rd-generation owned and operated company. Lyle Northern Electric is honored to have served the people of San Juan County for the past 65 years and is a proud supporter of high school sports.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
Leading in this game, and this is going to be an exciting finish in the first Region 15 game of the year for these two squads. As the Broncos holding sway right now, but out of this timeout, it's going to be North Sevier basketball. And the Broncos' full court press is going to result this time in a foul on Weston Jones. His 3rd, and San Juan has 5 fouls in this 4th quarter to none for North Sevier. So North Sevier apparently playing an exceptionally clean 4th quarter. though there has been a lot of contact, I might just mention. And this time, Grayson Bennett's going to go to the line for the Wolves. Who else but their leading scorer? Has 20 in this game. Make it 21. And it's a 2-point game, 45-43 now. As Jagger Neves and Brigham Nielsen come back into this one for the Broncos. Bennett's second shot on the way, nothing but net. So he has 22, and it is a 1-point lead for San Juan with 3:45 to go in the game. Wide open look for Jagger Neves, but he just kept it himself. Now goes into the corner for Doan. Doan hands off to Jake Ivins, right wing high. Now to Weston Jones. Tries to spin away from the D, hands off to Jagger Neves. Pulls up for the 17-footer and hits it. Jagger Neves has 8 for San Juan, and now North Sevier gets a guy behind the defense, and an easy layup for Jacob Johnson. So the teams trade buckets, and we're right back where we started. Broncos up by 1, 47-46, with it in the offensive end. A lot of time still left in this game, depending on how this goes. We're nearing the 3-minute mark. Anthony Doan was in trouble, kicked it out to Jagger Neves. He goes into traffic. They're going to wave off his drive. It was a foul on Jacob Johnson, his second. So I think they finally were obligated to call a foul on North Sevier here in the fourth quarter. And that's their first. So Anthony Doan sends it into Jones. He bounced it back into traffic. I'm amazed that ball got to Doan. And now Doan is fouled on the floor again as he was battling for that loose ball. And that is on Braun Butler, his second. And now the second for North Sevier in the quarter. So back-to-back fouls for the Wolves. Anthony Doan maybe a little shaken up on that play, is holding his elbow. And he will now step to the baseline. He's the man who gets the ball in for San Juan, so they need him to go here. And Doan bounces it into traffic. Brigham Nielsen, enough of an opening, he could get it back to Doan. Doan spins into the paint, kicks it out high. Jake Ivins in traffic, bounces it into the corner. Brigham Nielsen drains the three. 50-46, San Juan. North Sevier back in the offensive end. Bernardino, a little lackadaisical with it, but he's able to get that ball back out high. Now gets a return pass into the corner. Bounces it and going right to the hole, but missing the shot as he was sailing out of bounds that time was Jacob Johnson. San Juan with the rebound. That's a first rebound in a while. And the Broncos have it set up in the offensive end with just over 2 minutes to go and a 4-point lead now. Next bucket is huge. And it's San Juan's as Anthony Doan drove right through the D and finished from the right side. 52-46, 6-point lead for the Broncos. North Sevier, meanwhile, in the offensive end with it. It was stripped away from Bennett momentarily. Now they battle, and it's either got to be a travel or a jump ball here. Now they're going to call a timeout, so they give North Sevier the timeout. And I think maybe a jammed finger or something going on with the wrist. One of the North Sevier players that time in that tumble. Looks to be in some pain over here on the near side. That is Cade Johnson who's shaken up, and I think he's going to have to be replaced. Meanwhile, we've got a timeout on the floor. It's a 52-46 lead for San Juan. We're nearing the last couple minutes of what has been a fun game, especially in the second half here. It's gone back and forth. Turned into some pretty good up and down, or up and back, I should say, here in this fourth quarter. And we are brought to you tonight, High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, in part by Dependable Auto Repair, Primary Residential Mortgage, Four Corners Electric, San Juan School District Adult Education, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Bradford Tire, San Juan Counseling, Pick a Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, San Juan Mortuary, Four Corners Homes, Utah Navajo Health System, Main Street Drug and Boutique, San Juan Credit Union, Tailor-Made Wooden Heritage, and Innovation Medical Group. And a huge thanks to all the sponsors making the broadcast possible. We could not do it without you, and so a big thanks. And so North Sevier with it now in the offensive end. And Bernardino has it, spins away from his man, and now the shot clock expires. That's going to be a shot clock violation on North Sevier. And so that is a turnover to San Juan and a big mistake for the Wolves out of that timeout, as it remains 52-46, and the Broncos with it in the offensive end. Bounce it down on the baseline, and now, so San Juan ends up losing that basketball, and coming back the other way, North Sevier has it. Here's Bernardino straight away. Lobs it over to the left side. Time really becoming a factor now, down to the final minute. Finally, they're going to call a charge on Bennett, and that is going to be his 4th of the night, as Jake Ivins did a good job stepping in the way and establishing position there. Broncos were called for some early charges in this game, and now looks like a timeout will be called by San Juan. And so we'll take it ourselves. We'll send it back to the studio and return to North Sevier High School, where we're into the final minute, or nearing that. The Broncos leading the North Sevier Wolves 52-46. Stay with us. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. All right, folks, welcome back to North Sevier High School, where the San Juan Broncos lead the North Sevier Wolves 52-46 with exactly 1 minute to go in this ball game now. And it'll be, let's see, San Juan basketball. And Anthony Doan lobs it in, sends it down court, and the Broncos in traffic. Jagger Neves just trying to keep possession. He does call a timeout, or the Broncos call a timeout with 54 seconds to go. So San Juan holding on to the 6-point lead, trying to finish this one out. And a quick timeout now, just basically to retain possession for San Juan and try to hang on here. It's a 3-possession game technically with the 6-point lead. And so the Broncos right now just going to be trying to play keep away, while North Sevier will be attempting to throw a foul in there. They've got 2 to give before the Broncos go into the bonus. So we'll see if the Broncos can play the successful elementary school game of keep away here with just under a minute to go. They get it in the backcourt. Jake Ivins with a nice pass up to Jagger Neves. Neves will bounce it on to Jake Ivins in the midcourt paint. Now to Anthony Doan. Left side they go. Back to Ivins straight away. He gets around Bennett. Nice little give and go, or nice little pump fake. Then there's Broncos with some quick passing. Outstanding keep away, down to 35 seconds to go before they step in and foul Jagger Neves. And it looks like that is going to be the 3rd of the night on Parker Jensen. And you can hear kind of a hush falling over this hometown crowd now with the 6-point lead, and San Juan retaining possession. Right now just milking the clock. So they did a great job that time running 20 seconds off, and now Bennett has to step in and foul Jake Ivins right when they get it in, and that's going to be the 5th, I think, on Grayson Bennett. their leading scorer, and I believe he's going to foul out of the ball game as the leading scorer with 22 points. And yes, he will be done. So I don't know if he was aware of that. But Bennett had a great game, obviously. Almost half of the North Sevier offense here tonight. What a battle for that young man. And forced to come out here late in the game. As he fouls out. Meanwhile, Jake Ivins is at the line for San Juan. And he makes the first of the two. So that is at least one nail in the coffin right there, making it a 7-point game with only 33 seconds to go. Second shot from Ivins is good as well. So the Bronco Junior has 6 points, and it's now an 8-point lead. There's a three from Bernardino, no good. And they battle for the rebound out to the free throw line. It looks like a travel on North Sevier, so I think San Juan will get the basketball. No, excuse me, I didn't know what they called there. It'll be North Sevier basketball at any rate. And they go over far side into the corner for a three. No good from Roberts. Rebounded by San Juan this time. And the Broncos will work it across with 15 seconds to go. Anthony Doan is in open space, dribbling around Jacob Johnson. Johnson does reach in and foul him, and that'll be the third on Johnson. That puts San Juan in the bonus. And Anthony Doan will go to the line to finish this thing off. The Broncos came in here and trailed for at least half the game, and they trailed for most of the first half, but established a little bit of a lead in the second half. North Sevier battled back, and the Broncos were able to take command again here late in this game. And Anthony Doan hits both of the foul shots here to make this a 10-point game. So it's going to not look as close as this game was. It was really back and forth in a battle, but the Broncos are going to take their first Region 15 game of the year as Efrain Bernardino misses a three at the buzzer. That's how it ends, 56-46 in favor of the San Juan Broncos. We'll take a break and return to North Sevier High School in Salina with some final stats, and hopefully we can maybe signal to Coach Nielsen to come up and chat with us in a post-game interview. We'll see how that works out. I do have some sound issues tonight, so bear with us, but we will return. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Mom?
Dad, sometimes I'm gonna be a little impulsive.
I mean, I'm a teenager. Not to freak you out or anything,
but the leading cause of death in Utah for teens
is suicide.
So help us out here.
Because
we may be impulsive,
but we want to live.
Almost all the time. But in case there are times when we forget that,
keep your guns and ammo locked up safely.
Because doing this little thing
can make a big difference.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, we're proud to sponsor San Juan High School athletics.
Utah is our home, unique in its strengths and struggles. And sadly, suicide in Utah is one of our greatest challenges. So people across the state are coming together to answer the call, to change our culture around suicide and mental health, to give hope and provide genuine help. Together, we can get through, lift up, look ahead, and live on. Learn how you can reach out at liveonutah.org.
In Salina, as we begin the postgame show tonight, the San Juan Broncos getting back in the win column with a 56-46 win over the Wolves here tonight. They outscored North Sevier 19-11 in the fourth quarter, but 4 of those points were the token foul shots at the end of this game once the Broncos had basically established the ultimate result, and North Sevier was forced to foul. So in essence, it was more like a 6-point win tonight for San Juan before the extra points tacked on at the end. But at any rate, San Juan won the second, third, and fourth quarters in this one to bring it home. And their largest lead was up to as much as 10 in that second half. Let's take a look at some team stats now. And San Juan and North Sevier both brought the shooting up a bit in that second half. The Broncos in the game 20 of 51 from the floor for 39%. So still not where they want to be, but North Sevier was a little bit worse tonight, 15 of 40 for 37.5%. From inside the arc, North Sevier really improved. They ended up 12 of 25 for 48%, so much better in the second half for them. San Juan was 15 of 37 for 41%. From beyond the arc, the Broncos winning in that department, 5 of 14 for 36%. And North Sevier was 3 of 15 for 20%. From the free throw line, North Sevier had 16 shots in the first half, only had 3 in the second, and they finished the night 13 of 19 from the charity stripe for 68%. San Juan was 11 of 19 for almost 58%. In the turnover battle, San Juan turned it over. Both teams actually turned the ball over 17 times. And again, that's entirely unofficial. I had 3 steals for San Juan, none for North Sevier. North Sevier with the lone block shot of the night, according to my stats. There were some deflections, but the only true block came very early in the game, back in the first quarter. So let's take a look now at some player stats. And, of course, you got to call out Grayson Bennett, who led all scorers tonight with 22 points, but Anthony Dome was right behind. He did get 20 points ultimately tonight for the Broncos. So Grayson Bennett led the way for North Sevier with 22. Jacob Johnson had 8. 4-point night for Warner Roberts, Braun Butler, and Braden Hammond. And it was a 2-point evening for Ryan Frischneck and Cade Johnson. Of the 3 3-point baskets, all 3 of them were scored by Grayson Bennett for the Wolves. For San Juan, it was, of course, Anthony Doan leading the way with 20 points tonight. And it was, a 8-point night for Jagger Neves, 6 for Jake Ivins, and then 3 different players had 5 points tonight. Brigham Nielsen, Keaton Ivins, and Justice Black. 3 points for Weston Jones, and R.J. Daly had 3 tonight as well. And then Owen Adams rounds out the San Juan scoring tonight with 1 point off the bench for the Broncos. And we are joined now by head coach Easton Nielsen. And Easton, it's a little bit weird. My audio's not working right, so we're just talking on the phone tonight. But you guys showed a lot of heart tonight. We've said that multiple times for you guys throughout the year in games where you have hard battles. And I know you're not back to where you want to be rhythm-wise like we saw from your team before Christmas, but this is a good win for you guys tonight, a good comeback win, and a great way to finish it off in the last half.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take any win we can get in the gym of a region opponent, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it isn't the type of game that we were hoping to come in and play. We had to grind it out a little harder than we thought, but it's slowly starting to come. Our second half was a little better, we just got to keep building on it, finding the positive and correcting some of the negative. It was not a perfect effort, and I would say again, it probably wasn't even at the level we wanted to be for 4 quarters, but we got to win. That's what we're thinking about right now.
What'd you tell your team at halftime when you went in there?
We had a simple conversation. It was calm and it was under control, and all we really said was we have to do some very simple things. There's no silver bullet. We have to play defense with our feet and not our hands to stay out of foul trouble. We have to get out and take charges. We have to be able to make layups, right, and attack the rim. If we execute those simple things, then we can come out and take control of the game. Defensively, for the most part, I thought we did a better job. There was a couple lapses still, but it was enough to get the job done.
And then obviously you're going to stay the night over here and head up to Gunnison tomorrow. What do you do here for the next few hours? How do you prepare? Obviously you want to get some rest tonight, and then what's your morning look like getting set to go up there?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be honest. We were down a few guys anyway tonight with some sickness, and a lot of the guys that we had on the floor are fighting all kinds of different things right now. So we're going to get something to eat, go home, go to bed, get these guys to bed, let them sleep a little bit. We don't play till 11 tomorrow. Don't have to be there till 10. We'll be good just to rest up, get some, meds and whatever in these guys that they need, and let them recover.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good win tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night in Gunnison.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And that is Coach Easton Nielsen. And my apologies to the StreamUtah.Live viewers tonight. I know that's probably where most folks are listening tonight, and just with the issues I'm having, didn't have enough cord to stretch that out to Easton's face, and so the interview appeared on Red Rock 92 only. So for those of you who were listening on the radio, you got a little bonus interview. We'll try to get this all fixed for tomorrow night. Again, I've got a bit of a new system, and it does appear I'm going to have to go online and do a little bit of equipment ordering before things are going to be back to normal. So my apologies for the hiccups tonight in the broadcast. I know it's been difficult throughout the night, mostly on the radio up until that interview right there. I think the folks at Stream Utah didn't really notice much of a difference, but that became obvious when you were listening to a one-sided interview right there on StreamUtah.Live. My apologies. Of course, Easton Nielsen very proud of his team tonight. Not the exact way they want to play, not the type of win they necessarily are aiming for this season, but they'll take it. A great win, of course, and now they've got to get their players rested and have been dealing with some illness issues and things like that. So going to get the guys rested up and geared up to go up to Gunnison tomorrow. Of course, they're going to turn around real quickly. It'll be a 2 o'clock tip tomorrow afternoon up in Gunnison. I did get all the stats in, so that'll pretty much do it. Actually, I think the one thing I was missing was the 3-point baskets for San Juan, and they had 5, and guess what? It was 5 different players. Brigham Nielsen, Jagger Neves, Weston Jones, R.J. Daly, and Anthony Doan, all with a 3 tonight, and that really tells you the way this game was played tonight. It was a full team effort for the Broncos and a hard-fought battle in a game they had to come back in. Not a team, I think, necessarily that they were super excited to be trailing to. A game maybe they expected that if they'd have been playing at the level that they had going before Christmas time, this probably would have been an easier victory tonight, but the Broncos still trying to get it back in gear after the Christmas break, and a big win for them here tonight goes a long way. So obviously it's a win. It counts as a win. It's a region win. Those aren't as heavy in the standings as they used to be now with the RPI system instituted. So things are a little bit different, but it was a win nonetheless here tonight that the Broncos can put under the belt, and they'll head up to Gunnison and try to sweep the weekend here in Central Utah tomorrow afternoon. So again, a 2 p.m. tip, and we'll be on the air starting at 1:30 for the pregame here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. I want to say thanks before we close it out here to all the sponsors for making the broadcast possible. Thanks to Caleb Carr here, the StreamUtah.Live broadcast, making it happen on the video. And again, we'll try to get the audio issues fixed completely for tomorrow's broadcast, and a little bit of workaround going on, but we'll try to make it happen on both sides of the broadcast for you tomorrow. Thanks to all the listeners and the viewers tonight. You're the reason why we do this. I know it wasn't perfect, but hopefully you enjoyed the game. A nice little comeback win for the San Juan Broncos tonight, 56-46, so they move within one game of 500. They're back to 6-7 on the year. They'll head up to Gunnison tomorrow to take on the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. 2 p.m. tip, 1:30 start on the broadcast. That'll do it for us here tonight. On behalf of everybody involved, all the sponsors, Caleb Carr, it's Rhett Sifford saying so long from North Sevier High School. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Until then, have a great rest of your evening, high school sports fans.